who has been part of this journey, to everybody who has been behind the scenes and has made a lot of things happen. 50 years is a long, long time. Every year has been a memorable year. This last few months, we had amazing performances. And I'm just going to the recent past because 50 years otherwise would take 50 hours to talk about. And I believe that one of the most amazing performances was of Kanish Parikh, who scored the first double hundred in Balasinore cricket. So I would like to acknowledge that. I would like to acknowledge also the 200-run partnership which I witnessed between Rikit and Pachis, Chirag Desai, right? I think that was amazing. The first 200-run partnership that I've ever seen. And I think the only one that happened in Balasinore cricket. I would also like to acknowledge some very senior people like Samir Desai, who even in his 50s is still active and fit to play in the team. I mean, it's not easy, right? I believe that cricket is a sport that we are all crazy about. I believe it's more than a sport, it's a religion in India. And it teaches us many things like sportsmanship and teamwork. I personally have had some memorable experiences, and as part of this journey, I'd like to share a couple of them. I think I started as the youngest ever player in the history of Balasinore when I played my Jansati at the age of 14. I don't think you're allowed to play at 14 nowadays, right? I think I was the youngest player who ever played in Balasinore for the Balasinore team when I was only 15 years old. So from 15 to and now I'm almost going to be a senior citizen soon. So many years have passed and some memories remain etched. One of them is when you walk into Balasinore and you're greeted by the band bajas. Does it still happen? Yes, no. Okay, so I remember when we used to walk in and there would be a big, band baja and every band baja sangeet, and we would walk in and it just was amazing. The school would be given holidays and all the children would be sitting on the branches of the trees coming to watch our match. And one memorable match which I will always remember, and some of you who are there would agree, was when Shahid Babi, probably the fastest bowler ever who has played against us, was on one side taking wickets like 9 pins were dropping, and on the other side I had the fortune of holding the fort and making a long innings of 81 out of 100 odd that our team scored. And that time we were batting without helmets and pitches that were far more unpredictable than they are now. So that's something that has been etched in memory. The other memory that I want to share with you was when Balasinore Navayuk Sangh decided to honor some cricketers in the turn of the millennium, the year 2000. And I am very proud to say that they awarded me the Cricketer of the Millennium Award. I'm saying this not out of sharing something that I've achieved, but I'm sharing my memories with you. And Sanjeev was there, and Sanjeev was awarded the Captain of the Millennium. So again, something that was very, very honorable. I'm sure he remembers that always. We've had a few cricketers who've come into Balasinore. We had Ashok Mankad, one of the cricketers' shrewdest brain in cricket. He came to Balasinore when we were playing our series. We had Salim Durrani, who came when we were playing our series against the Balasinore team. They came to Bombay and we were playing in the Parsi Gymkhana. And Salim Durrani was there. If you remember, Salim Durrani was the person who on demand could hit a sixer, anytime the crowd asked him to do so. Amazing. But I want to share one more thing. And I had the proud privilege of being coached and trained by Polly Umbrigan. We had the first series that was called Cricket with Polly Umbrigan. And many of you don't know this. There were 15 students from all over India. 15, not students, 15 young boys, young cricketers who were selected. And this series was telecast on Doordarshan in 1974. This was the first ever series on coaching that was recorded at the Wankhede Stadium and then telecast. I'm saying this because there were some lessons which I learned, which I want to share with my fellow youngsters here today. Two important things he always said. One of them he said was that you always have to be very focused when you play the game. He said when the sun's rays fall on a piece of paper, nothing happens. But when you put a magnifying glass, the sun's rays burn a hole through that same piece of paper. This is it when we are focused on our work, on the game, when we are on the field and really focused there, we can perform amazing results. If not, it's easy to get distracted by so many other things, so many other comments that people make. My request to all the youngsters is, please stay completely focused on what you're doing. The other thing that he focused on was fielding. I remember that he used to give us all kinds of fielding practice all the time. And at the end of the session, he would make us stand on the boundary line and he would hit skiers in the air. And wherever the ball went, we had to go and run. So if it was a miss hit and if it fell near the wicket itself, we had to go and attempt to even catch that impossible catch. After 8-10 of these rounds, we were completely tired and couldn't do anything. He said, now you can go and have breakfast. The point I'm trying to make is, I think all of us know, fielding is a often neglected, probably the most important element of the game. We all hear catches win matches, but we've all seen in our own matches how many catches have been dropped, and as a result our team has lost. We've seen that every run that is saved is a run scored, but how many runs have we let go? So my request to the young members of the team, just to get your fitness in space, more importantly your fielding, because there are some people who may not be very fit, but they are very agile fielders, right? In the end, I only want to say a couple of things. I had the pleasure and privilege of playing with a lot of Ranji Trophy players. Shishir Hatangadi was one outstanding person who I played with. He captained Bombay, and actually he played under me when I played cricket in school and college. And he was one example of somebody who was not very talented, but with a lot of effort, he made into the Bombay team and actually captained it. I want that, my wish in the next few years, that somebody from Balasiro should at least play for Bombay. Right now, the name that comes very close to that possibly is Purav, because he's already reached a certain level, right? So I wish Purav all the best in that endeavor. But not only Purav, I hope many more people also aim to play for Bombay, if not for India. With these words, I would like to wish again all the best to everyone. Congratulations. May God bless you and keep you in the palm of His hands. Jai Balasinor, Jai Hind.